And that was the start of them entering the automated material handling as well. And the first part, or the first job I've done with them is to be the CEO of a company, an automation company they have taken over in Austria out of insolvency. The company had been called PEEM, P-E-E-M. That was doing order picking systems, made conveyors, made A-frames, was very busy in the pharmaceutical wholesale industry, and was, as I said, in insolvency. Schaefer took it over for pretty little money, and the substance was good. So I had to correct quite a few things. It was not easy. I mean, the insolvency didn't come for no reason. But about 2 years later, we went through the zero line and started to make profit. I've grown that company to the factor of 8 until I left last year. And in between those 13 years, I think after 6 years, I have been elected to the board of Schaefer, again being the COO of the entire company. That means I was responsible for delivering the automation projects, again worldwide, like I did at Dematic. And on top of that, I had responsibility for R&D, also worldwide. So last step in my career has been last summer or last spring, when Schaefer had decided to elect a new chairman of the board. And with that person, I have been not in line at all, neither personally nor strategically. So I said, I'll go. I'm old enough. I don't have to do this. And since then, I am consulting quite a lot for both my ex-competitors, but also for my ex-clients, mainly on strategic organizational development, on product development, but also on individual projects. So that is what I'm doing at this moment in time. So I'm independent, if you want.
Okay, great.
You got all that, or was that too fast?
That was great. Thank you for this nice introduction. To give you some detail about what we're looking at right now, we are looking at the conveying module manufacturers in both parcel e-commerce on airport segments across different geography, Europe, US, and China. How familiar are you with those different segments? You can talk about them.
Very much. I've been mainly doing business in the e-commerce world of everything from fashion to pharmaceutical to general merchandise. In my Dematic times, I've been doing airport. So I think I can answer most of your questions, whereby I don't know all the little players that are around in the conveyor market. I know several ones in Europe. I can probably tell you the 20 biggest ones easily, but then there are so many localized ones that I don't have sight of. For instance, in China, there are hundreds of companies. I don't know each of them.
Okay, so just to give you some maybe more focus of what we are looking at. So we already interviewed a large number of market participants, and we already have a view on the large number of module manufacturers, and we are missing some information on some specialized module manufacturers that seems to have a very specific positioning in the market. When I'm talking about specialized people, I'm talking, we've seen a company doing, for example, curved belts with players such as
You're talking about Transnorm, let me guess.
Sorry?
Is it right? You're talking about Transnorm?
So we heard about Portec and also Transnorm, more European, while Portec is more in the US. That's exactly two guys. So you're familiar with those people?
Of course.
Great.
Yeah.
Great news. Are you familiar with the Chinese market? Just to make sure what we can talk about.
No, Chinese one not so much. I've seen a few things. I've done some business in China, but I think I wouldn't call myself an expert there. So no, China, I think I cannot give you too much insight.
Okay, that's great. So we've looked at all the module manufacturers market, and we're stuck with these specific players that seem to have a very niche market. What is your view on those players' market development going forward? I'm quite sure it's quite tied to the global module market. What do you see? I mean, we've